good.
Good morning all from a very sunny Ibiza. I'm just checking that. I've got Tim's phone for the comments today because obviously I don't have it on selfie mode. I'm actually just waiting for some shop owner to come out and tell me to move on because I'm actually sat in a closed restaurant on one of their chairs because our balcony is actually facing the strip instead of the sea. So yeah, I've decided to do it here. Alright, let's do some shout outs and see what we've got. We've got 74 people watching this morning. Can you hear me okay? Can you give me a yes in the comments? You'll hear alright, because I know it's really windy and there's a lot of action going on in the pool. Yes, you can all hear okay. Good, 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 good. Right, I'm going to do some shout outs. So if you do want to shout out, let me know now. Pop it in the comments. Okay, so we've got Ryan, we've got Charlene, we've got Sharon, we've got Wendy, we've got Craig. Thank you to all the mods that have given up their time this morning as well. Claire B has been a channel member for 3 months. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Claire. We've got Emily, we've got Lee, we've got Belvedere, Paulie, Michael, Mappy, Coral, Michael, Lisa. I think I've got Wendy as well. I'm just working my way back here. We've got Gareth, we've got Jasmine, Michelle B, Barry Coppock is here. Sorry, that was a bit of a tongue twister there. Eating Healthy, Hayley Marie, Paul Hansen. We've got somebody with a Chinese name which I can't pronounce, so I do have to accept my apologies on that one. I find it a bit of a struggle. Rebecca J, Mark24 Gaming, Anna Tidmarch is here. Blue Fox 1884, Stephen Dystone, Trevor Penny, Sophie Thompson, Eugene McGeever, Angela Smart. I said Gareth, I think. Foxy B, LES is here, James Robinson, Stez, Hilda Gregory. Yeah, so that's everyone, I think. Have I covered everyone? David Northing says, hi Gabby, loving your channel. Thank you so much, David. Diane Price is here as well. Morning, lovey. Good morning to you. Nikki Piper is here, watching with my mum, Mustang, Sally and Oliver. Whole family then, Nikki. Matt P is here. I have said Matt, I'm sure I have. It's Casper enjoying the sun. Yeah, so Casper's had an amazing time. So the hotel that we picked in Ibiza, it was a bit of a tough one because it was a very lastminute.com holiday. And we didn't know where we were going to go or anything like that. And we'd got a few places in mind. We were torn between Turkey, Salou, Portugal. And Tim was like, we really want to go back to Ibiza. And I was like, but the thing is, we're really limited with accommodation in Ibiza. There's not really an awful lot left with it all being lastminute.com. And Ibiza's really, really popular. So Tim was like, well, I found this one. So we found this hotel, which we'd seen before when we were walking up and down the strip. And it's very child friendly, good for families. It's got like a little water park bit for Casper and everything. So, you know, it's a really good place for funds to play and everything like that. So, yeah, we decided to pick here. The only problem is our hotel, it's on the 4th floor, which is a bit of a pain getting in the lift with the pushchair. I don't know how a pram would fit in it because it's the tiniest thing ever. I am vlogging this, so you will get to see all this in regards to the lift and everything. So you'll have to wait for the vlog to come out. So we're on the 4th floor, and unfortunately, where everybody else's balconies, or majority of the hotel's balconies, are facing this way, ours is facing the strip. So we get to see more of the nightlife rather than the sea view. I know I prefer the sea view, but you know, we could have moved, but we were just like, do you know what? There's no bed bugs in here, we'll just stay. So we're going to take this room and keep it. But the only thing is, you would have had a view this morning of just people walking up and down and things like that. So I just thought what I'd do is I'd gate crash this bar. Is it a bar or a restaurant? I don't really know, but there are tables outside. There's a spare chair, so I've just nicked it, literally. Have a little look. See, this is where I'm positioned. And I know it's hot in the UK, so I don't need to ask you guys what the weather is like. It's hot here, obviously, but I know you're having a bit of a heat wave too. It's so uncomfortable. Like last night, we were walking down the strip, and it was so hot that Tim had to walk with his top off. Yeah,
Tell them that.
sorry, didn't mean to embarrass you there. Tim is here. He's behind the camera. He's doing the camera work. Anna Tidmarch is here, and she has been a member for 3 months and says a proud super louder. Oh well, I am proud that you're a super louder too, and I appreciate all your support. 3 months? Where's this 3 months gone? Time is just rocking and rolling, and I'm just not happy about it. Oh, what's happening with Ellie? Everyone's saying Ellie, hope it's going well. En route to the hospital with the baby, she's having an operation, so may miss some of the live. Hope you're all well. Oh, I hope everything's okay, Ellie. Sending you lots and lots of love. Thinking of you. It's not very nice when babies aren't very well, is it? Because they can never tell you how they're feeling or anything like that. So having an operation must be really scary. But all the best for that. Andrew Lane says, I'm on the train going to Hastings for the day. Oh wow, you like Hastings? Well, I've only ever really been once, but Tim's done a live from there and it looked pretty good.
You've never been to Hastings?
Yes, I have. I went to Hastings before I met you.
No.
I had a life before, not much of one, but I did have one. So I did go to places.
Why did you go to Hastings?
I went to Hastings because at the time my cousin was managing a holiday park down there, and it was his daughter's birthday and she had a party, so we all, what was that, the Isle of Wight? No, that was a different time, but it was the same cousin, so I think I was just visiting my cousin at the time, yeah, so he was managing a park down there. Holly is here, hello from the sunbeds. Yeah, I bet you're having a lovely time on that sunbed. We were going to actually do this from the sunbeds, but it's so hot, I needed some sort of shade, so yeah, it's way too hot down there, way too hot. Ryan says, Gabby, I'm recovering from my eye operation last Thursday. So how are you healing up, Ryan? I hope it's doing well. Obviously you need to have these operations, they're for good reasons, right? Rosie Lee is here saying, hi Gabby, just celebrated my birthday on Sunday. It's my son's today. We have had 3 birthdays in my house in a week and a half. Well, happy birthday to you. And happy birthday to your son as well. So hang on, just celebrated my birthday. Oh, right, okay, so I'm just rereading that. So happy birthday to you and your son. And everybody else in your household. If anybody else has got a birthday coming up, a big shout out, big happy birthday to you. Katie says, recovering after another summer season in Skegness. Sure you can relate. Katie, are you an entertainer? If you are, I can relate. Well, I do. I've done a few summer seasons as entertainers and all sorts of stuff. Sorry, I'm drinking water at the same time. There's no coffee because this bar is closed, unfortunately, so I'm a little bit surprised. The place downstairs we've been to, and I've ordered a coffee and they don't have any alternative milk at all, so it's had to be like a black coffee. Devastating, absolutely devastated. Do you want to run and get your laptop? Okay, just checking. So yeah, summer seasons. It's been a crazy summer season for gigs, absolutely mental. It's probably been the busiest summer season I've actually had. But I mean, to be fair, before COVID, the plan was, I hope no one from Richardson is listening to this. The plan was before COVID, I'd got quite a lot of gigs lined up, and the plan was to out my day job and just focus solely on gigs, and that's what I was going to do. And then COVID happened, and then obviously you know what it's like for entertainers and the music industry, it all went out the window. So my gigs suddenly went on the back burner, so I had to focus on my day job a little bit more. So it wasn't until I knew I was going to be going on maternity leave that I was like, once I'm on my maternity leave and the baby's been born, I'm going to use this year and I'm going to really hit hard with the gigs and see if I can get as many as I can, so I know whether I can financially afford to not go back to the camp, you know. And like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to walk around in pearls and diamonds. I just want to be able to have, you know, a few nice family holidays a year, feed the kids and all that, you know, like everybody wants life and pay for the roof over our heads. Mind you, Tim pays for the roof over the head, frankly. But, you know, I just wanted to be able to do that. And I thought, you know, if I can get enough gigs on my maternity leave, then, you know, I'll be able to just carry on. And it'll blend in nicely with Tim's work as well. And it just so happened that I did manage to pull quite a lot of gigs in. And I thought, you know, I'm going to touch wood. So I carried on doing that, didn't go back to the day job. And I really didn't realise that this year would be even busier than last year. It's been quite crazy, really. Agents, but I've not really needed to do much work through the agents this year because a lot of people have been sort of coming to me or I've been going to them. So, you know, it's, you know, the start of the year I did go to a few venues that no one's available and stuff, so that, you know, if they wanted anyone in the summer, because obviously winter is quite quiet. But yeah, it just so happens that it's just been flowing quite nicely. So yeah, I'm happy with the gigs, and it's been busier than expected. I mean, 4 gigs a weekend, it's pretty mad, right? But I know it's going to die off. I do have like gigs throughout the rest of the year, and it's going a little bit quieter, but it's still consistent, so that's great. You know, I'm quite pleased with the work I've got. And next year is filling up already. I've already said to Tim, you know, if we're going to have any family holidays next year, we're not going to book last minute. We're literally going to plan ahead, and we need to start planning ahead now because the gigs are coming in thick and fast. Mainly because conservative clubs and places like that do book in advance, but yeah, it is filling up nicely, I must say. So I'm going to be putting like next year's gigs up probably soon, just to give everyone a little bit of a recap of where I'm going to be next year. So if anyone wants to come and watch, or if they've got a holiday in the area and want to pop in and plan their holidays, that's fine. So watch out for the date sheet, that'll be coming out soon. But for any venues that are looking to book, the diary is well and truly open. It always has been. It doesn't open at a certain point in the year. It is literally just first come, first serve. So send us a message and get involved. I am as far as private functions go, I do a couple of private functions from people's homes, but they are people that I know quite well. I am knocking on the head gigs from private homes unless they are people that I know really, really well. And the reason behind that is generally for safety aspects. You know, you just can't keep rocking up at people's houses and things like that. So unless it's people that I know or places I've done before, private gigs around people's homes are sort of coming to a bit of a standstill. So I've had a few private messages from people saying, oh, I'm going to have a party at my house or blah, blah, blah. Unfortunately, it can't really happen because, you know, it needs to be in a public venue, and plus I don't even know if my insurance covers me for people's homes, to be honest with you. So it is just people, yeah, okay. It is just people that I've performed for before that I know really, really well, and obviously most people could understand that it is a safety aspect because, you know, you wouldn't want to get some thug on the street go, I've got £200 here, would you like to come perform for me? And I'm like, no. You know, but there are some people that I do it for, so just to let you know. J. John says, hey Gabby, can you please give a shout out to Big Sean? That would be epic. Right, Big Sean, hi, thank you for joining. We've got 142 people watching this Tuesday morning. So please hit the thumbs up, that would be absolutely amazing. And thank you all for giving up your morning. Everyone say hi to Big Sean, let him know that you're here. The reason I've done the coffee morning on Tuesday as well is purely because we travelled late Sunday night. So by the time we actually got into bed, I think it was like 2:30 in the morning. So it was fun, it's my little dinner date. So it was really, really late, and I just knew that getting up in the morning, we were all going to be in a bit of a pickle. I knew there was going to be a lot of like putting all our stuff away, trying to find somewhere to have breakfast and stuff like that, and Tim had to go and get the car hire. So I just thought the best thing to do was do it Tuesday when we've settled a little bit, and then it can be a little bit better. It's the screen clearing up for you guys, because I'm looking on here and it looks a little bit hazy. It does look a bit hazy. Do I need to clean the lens? You just have to persevere with the haziness. I'll get Tim to clean that when he gets back. Hang on, let me have a go. Hang on. What I need is some material. Hang on. I probably look like I'm a bit nervous today doing the live, right? Hang on. Does that help? Does that help? It's a bit smeary. Hang on. with Fumps' blanket. If you're wondering why Fumps has a blanket, it's because it's a white netted one and it just keeps the sun off. So it's probably a bit smeary. I do apologise. I do apologise. Michael said, would love to see you perform, Gabby. Due to disabilities, I cannot travel. So Michael, so me and Tim, obviously it's been on the cards for a while that I do a gig from home. And it's going to be a live Facebook one because I can't do it on YouTube because I'll get demonetized. So YouTube isn't going to work, but you'll all have to come over to Facebook. I am going to do it. It's been on the cards. We were trying to find a date, but as you know, the summer has been really, really crazy. So it's been really hard to find a gap. But I am thinking, and I talked about this with Tim the other day, and it's a little bit of a long way off, but it seems like it might be the best bet. I'm thinking of doing, don't drop down the pop bumpies, thinking of doing New Year's Eve from home actually, because to be honest, sorry, I'm going to have to drink some water. Sorry guys, please forgive me. Sorry, I don't have an elegant glass to drink out of. That's why I said please forgive me. Yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking of doing New Year's Eve from home. And the reason for that is, it's going to sound really bad, but there's no point in me going out and gigging, I don't think, New Year's Eve. Reason being is the venues don't pay what I would like for New Year's. So I think just time to change with pubs and stuff like that. And usually, like, I have a set price for New Year's Eve gigs. And maybe some venues will, but they're going to be long distance. And I don't particularly want to go long distance New Year's Eve because obviously it's a very, very late finish New Year's Eve gig. And obviously if I'm travelling, I need to get back to Casper and stuff like that. And if I do a New Year's Eve gig from home, then I can work from home, I can be with Casper and the family. So I'm thinking of doing that. It's not set in stone yet, but it's looking like it might be New Year's Eve. So, you know, pencil that in your diaries. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to aim for. Barry, thank you so much for your super chat. That is really nice of you. Very generous. Barry says, for something suitably refreshing. Well, do you know what? I'm going to go and get a cocktail. Thank you so much, Barry. I do really, really appreciate that. I just went to click off your super chat there and I nearly hit it. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. It's because of I'm on Tim's phone. That's why I'm looking down constantly because I'm reading the comments, whereas usually I have it on selfie mode and all your comments come up so I can read them on the camera, which is a bonus. But the camera quality isn't as good that way round, so Tim's faced it this way, told me to look at the phone, but it just means I'm constantly looking down, so I'm so sorry. Mark24 Gaming says New Year's Eve would be awesome. Barry says New Year's Eve sounds great. Okay, so it's cool. It looks like some of you were quite on board with that. Eugene says, tell us where you're watching from. I'm watching from Northern Ireland right now, Gabby. Thank you, Eugene. Thank you for watching from Northern Ireland. Yes, and it's nice that he's getting people involved. Good old Eugene. Sharon says New Year's Eve would be great. Oh, I thought you were someone going to tell me to jog on then out the corner of my eye. I'm really nervous because I'm like waiting for some workers to open up this bar and go, jog on. I've got a plan though. If I am told to jog on, I'm going to take you down to the beach so you can see the sea a bit closer. Yeah, so Sharon says New Year's Eve would be great. Hilda says, do blog at home, Christmas, opening presents, singing around the Christmas tree. We don't sing around the Christmas tree, Hilda.
1932.
Jasmine says New Year's Eve one would be great. So here's a question for you all. Do you spend New Year's Eve out or do you spend it at home? If you spend it at home, type yes now in the comments. So I want to see if you're spending it at home. So I'm just going to wait for those to flow in a little bit because I'd love to know who is going to be at their houses, because if you're at your houses then you're probably going to be able to watch the New Year's Eve live. God, I keep drinking those water drops. And no, I'm not pregnant and I'm not hungover. Wow, yes, yes, yes. Someone says they're working a night shift. That's Rachel. Yes, 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 yes. Jasmine says at home. Wow, so majority of you are at home. Yes, but could be busy. Understandable, Ryan. Hello, Gabby. I love watching your videos and Tim's. Watch them all of the time. That's Alex Train Spotted HD. Thank you so much. Appreciate your support. Caitlin says at home. Tony at home. Wendy says the pub is far too busy for me. I think a lot of people feel like that. I'm on the next island in Mallorca. Woohoo! We're all at the Balearics. Oh, Rosie says I work at the NHS, so probably be working. Oh, I understand. You should put us on in the screen at work. Staying in is the new going out, Wendy says. I agree. Catherine says watching from Australia. Jane says I usually spend New Year's Eve sleeping in a bush. Andrew says no, up the pub. So far, Andrew, you're the only one going up the pub. Lee says I'm painting a house in sandbags. You're not, are you? Shut up. Vilucas says yes at home. Wow, I can't believe it. Tilly is here from Toronto, Canada. Hi to you. Ali says thank you for my gifted membership. I think that was either James or Craig that gifted that. I can't remember who it was now, Ali. Wow, so a lot of you do spend New Year's Eve at home, which might explain why venues won't pay me my going rate when I go out, because maybe not as many people go out anymore. I think that probably is the case. Which means for me, and I totally understand that, because obviously they've got to make the money to pay me and pay themselves and the staff and all that, so I totally get it. But which is even more right, the right thing to do the gig from home, spend it with the family. I don't know. Also, just to let you know, we are going live on Tim's channel later, so we're going to be walking the strip of Ibiza, so hopefully you can all come on board to that. Most of you are probably from Tim's channel anyway, but if you're not, come on over. We'd love to see you there. Yeah, Katie says working as an entertainer. Shall we do a split shift? Katie, you working New Year's Eve as an entertainer then? My days of working as an entertainer New Year's Eve, like for an entertainment team, they were a long time ago, so sort of moved on a little bit from there. So usually it's a solo gig, or in this case could be a solo gig from home. So it's looking quite likely a lot of you will be at home, so for me that's a good sign. So yes, very, very likely to be doing that. Barry says New Year's is more a Scottish occasion than England's. Yeah, don't be Scottish at New Year, like do pub crawls or something, do like a beer in each pub or something like that, or a gin in each pub. Can't remember, something like that, they call. Mind you, we do like a pub crawl too when the time comes. Hi, love it, sorry, I don't do Facebook, but got it back on YouTube now, love you all. Alright Paul, sounds good. Barry says we're spoiled today, we're double helping. Yeah, there's a lot of us, and I tell you, you're even more spoiled because obviously I'm vlogging Ibiza. Tim's vlogging, I don't know if I can say, but he's vlogging parts of Ibiza for obvious reasons. And Holly is as well. So you're going to have like a triple whammy. So Holly's doing it too. It's so funny though, because every time Holly gets her phone out, she goes to record something and then something happens and then she has to stop recording. So you're just going to get on Holly's vlog little bits. So yeah. Dawn says, hello Gabby, coffee morning without coffee, that's not good. Tell me about it, Dawn. Right, so I can't get soy milk. Well, like I say, this coffee bar isn't even open. Coffee on my balcony is non-existent because we haven't got any coffee. We haven't bought any from the like Lidl's or anything. There's a Lidl supermarket near here where we go and stock up on stuff. We haven't got any coffee yet anyway. And like I said, I could do it on my balcony, but you would have had a view of the strip rather than the sea.
And the cleaner was coming in as well.
Yeah, and the cleaner was coming in. And we really do need the cleaner to come and clean because, like, I don't know if you guys are the same, but when we're on holiday, I think it's a girl thing or what, but after we've had a night out, stray hairs go all over the floor. I don't know if you guys are the same, but because me and And he said, Helly then. Because me and Holly have got like really long hair, when we're blow drying our hair and straightening it and stuff in the evening, you just get loose hairs everywhere you go. Like, I'll go to the sink to wash my hands, I'll be like, how did that loose hair get there? And the floor, you don't realise, you walk around barefoot and then you've got like loose hairs. Because I suppose when you're at home and you've got your carpet, you don't notice it. But on the kind
You
of
don't
floor,
notice it because I hoover it up at home.
I hoover it up too, Tim. You're not the only cleaner in the house, believe it or not. But yeah, so yeah, we really do need the cleaner to come in and get that. Well, we don't expect them to pick up after us, but obviously it'd just be nice to have a bit of a titivate. That's what I want to call it, a titivate. So they need to come in. And could go down to the cafe bar down there, but I just had a black coffee this morning and it was rank, man. It just tasted like tobacco. That's the only way I can describe it. Because sometimes black coffee can be a little bit too strong, but that did taste like fag ash, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't the best black coffee I've had in my life. So I'm not... I keep hearing keys jangling, thinking someone's going to come and open up this coffee shop. It's nerve-wracking. I've drank loads of this water already. Sorry guys, it's so embarrassing drinking out this bottle and not an elegant glass. Like I said, Eugene says off the charts. Yeah. But on the plus side, we do have an amazing backdrop. Is Mum with you, Gabby? No, not on this holiday. She's not this time. But obviously, did any of you watch the Going Back to Memory Lane vlog? Did anybody watch it? Let me know in the comments. Let's see a yes. Lee says, common as muck. I know, right? I know. I do have quite a few comments that I took screenshots of, but they're on my phone, so I can't shout them out, but I'll have to try and remember them off the top of my head. Okay, so the majority of you did watch the Trip Down Memory Lane vlog. If you haven't watched it, do go back and watch it. It was a right eye-opener. So me and Mum had planned to go there and do a couple of nights in Middlesbrough, which is where my mum is from. My dad's from Chesterfield, Mum's from Middlesbrough, and a lot of people were confused as to, if you watch the vlog, people were confused and saying, well, how come your mum and dad got married in a Middlesbrough church if you were from Norfolk? Well, it's Mum's hometown, isn't it? So I think it's traditional for the bride to get married in their hometown, and obviously my granny and granddad lived there at the time. So, oh, switch his head on there just a little bit. So yeah, they obviously went to Middlesbrough and had the wedding there. So that was the church they got married in. But both my parents are Northerners. You probably already know that. Dad's a Spirite, so he's from Chesterfield, and Mum's a Smoggy, so she's from the borough, hence where we went. And people are also asking, Gabby, I thought you were born and bred in Great Yarmouth area. How come you went to school in Middlesbrough? So I'm just going to give you the lowdown on that, because I probably didn't explain that quite clear. And to be fair, it isn't until I'm doing my editing that I'm looking back at it going, oh, I should have put that in there. I should have explained that. Oh my God. And it's really loose. And I'm kind of like, put the vlog out and I'm expecting everybody else to piece the puzzle together a little bit. So I'm going to try and, I'm going to explain it. Thank you so much, Craig. Craig has just sent a super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Holiday Fund and Thumps Tree. Oh, thank you. It's really nice of you, Craig. In fact, Craig, with the last treat that you gave us for Thumps, we did buy Thumps his armbands for this holiday, so he can now wear armbands. Because he's now 19 months, we've got ones that were, 1 year to 3 years, aren't they, the armbands? Something like that.
They look massive on him because I just tried.
Oh, he just put them on him. He said they look massive, but we did get his armbands because we thought it'd be really nice instead of a rubber ring, so he can feel a little bit more free in the pool. And we do want to get a swim vest, but he's too little for a swim vest at the moment. He can't quite have one of them, so it's just armbands. But he's having an amazing time. So thank you so much, Craig. That really does mean a lot. But yeah, when you do send these super chats and you say like treat for Thumps and that, we do make sure we treat him. And there was another occasion where you had said to treat Thumps and we went to the works because he really loves books. Like, he will sit for hours. I've got a really nice video clip of him actually in the cot here. And he's got his book and he's just turning the pages over, the thick pages, you know, baby books, and turn them back over, and he's just flicking through them, and you just sit there entertained looking at the colours and the pictures for ages. And the works do amazing books. and I think they're like, you can get them for up to like £3 to £4 for really nice kiddie baby books, and I got a few of them, Craig, as well, and he absolutely loves them. So yeah, thank you, we really, really appreciate it. So going back to the Borough, the reason we moved there, mum and dad are not together now. They split up when I was really, really young. They split up when I was 9. Yeah, it was 9 when my mum and dad split up, I believe. And after mum and dad broke up, mum came back to her hometown for a bit, and obviously we came over with just so that we could then like really find our feet and stuff and see what we would do with housing and stuff like that, because but we did end up coming back. But obviously, you know what a breakup's like, it's always hard, because you know there is this divide between the houses need to be sold, and then money needs to be divided and stuff like that, and obviously that is mum and dad's personal business, so I'm not going to go on and on about that too much. But obviously when this was all occurring, we did move to Middlesbrough temporarily before coming back to Great Yarmouth. So obviously because my granny and granddad were there, so mum sort of moved back with them, and then we bought a house temporarily there, and that's why we were there. And it was a bit bittersweet, because as children we always loved going to visit my granny and granddad in their houses, because my granny always had a sweet drawer. She always had this drawer full of sweets and stuff, and I was always opening up to see what she got. She always got loads and loads of goodies. I think most nannies have a sweet drawer, right? Breakaway biscuits in there. Oh yeah, I love that drawer. And she also had some spearmint gum in there, but I was never allowed that. Probably chosen chewing gum. So loved it there, and she was always baking and cooking, and we always had amazing days out. Like say we went to the Captain Cook Museum as kids at the park. We also went to Albert Park, which we didn't get a chance to visit. We'd go to Redcar for the day sometimes. We'd go to Beamish, we'd go to York. To be honest with you, from Middlesbrough there are quite a few days out actually, and obviously it was Captain Cook and Beamish that I really remembered in my head as a kid. So there were those really valuable moments that were really, really good. And but when we did move, obviously it was a sad time too, because we were apart from our dad for a little while because of the breakup, and that was just the way it was at that moment in time. It had to be, because that's the way it worked. And so as children, it's never easy when you go through your parents getting divorced, is it? It's really, really hard. So that point in my life was a little bit difficult, you know. So when we had to settle into a new school and into a new house, your whole world turns upside down, doesn't it? So we did have a life there. Hello, Babs. Yeah, we did have a life there for a bit, but when we came back to the Great Yarmouth area, obviously it was, everything fell into place, and then everything sort of went back to how it was, which was great. So it was only very temporary, but I never had a good time at school, and that wasn't anything to do with like the move or anything like that. It was purely down to the teacher. I'm going to be precise. You probably heard on the vlog, so I'm going to elaborate on that as well, because I said, oh, a teacher shouted at me, and then I never really sort of said too much about it. And the reason being is because that teacher clearly still exists. I don't want to be mean online about this teacher, but this teacher was a bit mean. So we were learning about the Spanish Armada, right? And just like I knew nothing about the Captain Cook Museum and just looked around and didn't take no information in when I was a kid, I was the same at school with the Spanish Armada. I ain't got a clue what it was. You want to give him that, darling? Thanks, darling. Yeah, so I hadn't got a clue what the Spanish Armada was, and we were learning about it as like a project, I suppose. But when I came into the school, because I came in halfway through the year, they were already like halfway through this project, and I had to like work that little bit harder to try and catch up with everybody else, and I just couldn't, because I'm a dreamer. I'm a daydreamer, and things like that just don't interest me. They do now later in life, but when I'm like 9 years old, I couldn't give a damn about the Spanish Armada at all. I just didn't care. All I wanted to do was go home and play with Polly Pockets. I did not care. So Yeah, Polly Pockets, I remember them. So, anyway, I just zoned out. The best thing to do, really, rather than to play catch up and stress, was to just zone out. So I zoned out. So I'd go to school and just not bother paying any attention. And I was daydreaming, and she obviously had the blackboard and was like chalking it up and like pointing everything out. And she was quite a strict teacher. And I was daydreaming, and she went, "Gabriella," and I was like, "That's me." And I was like, "Yeah." She went, asked me a question. I don't remember what the question was, but it was something in regards to the Spanish Armada, and I thought, I don't know. So I just stared at her and didn't say anything because I thought, I don't know. And I don't know whether to just, I don't know, improvise and just come out with a load of babble, or whether I should, you know, stay quiet. So I stayed quiet, didn't say anything, because I thought, the best thing to do is just pretend I'm not here and just sit here and just not say anything. So I didn't say anything and I ignored her. And then she went, "Gabriella, do you even know what the Spanish Armada is?" And I turned around and went, "A group of people." And that was what I said. I went, "A group of people." So I thought I better say something, I'm getting in trouble. And she went, "Get out." And I thought, oh my God. So after she said get out, I had to go and stand on the wall outside. And I don't know if any of you can relate to standing on the wall, if you ever had to do that at school, but it's basically
Standing on the wall or standing up against it?
well, it is standing up against it, but we always used to say standing on the wall. Like, you're on the wall, you're standing on the wall, which meant you had to have your back up against the wall and stay there until you were allowed to be released from the wall. So I had to go outside the classroom and stand on the wall. And I just remember thinking, done anything wrong? It's not really my fault, I don't know. I just found it really, really hard to grasp, you know. So, yeah, it was. Belvedere says face the corner. Now we're going back, Belvedere, face the corner. I think that was before standing on the wall.
Do they still do that in school? or
James
not?
says, "I always thought the Spanish Armada was an all-you-can-eat tapas restaurant." Weird. Right, I know, right? But yeah, and I just sat there and thought, I just want to go home. I just really just don't want to be here. I hate this school. I don't want to be here. I don't want people shouting at me. I don't like it. I don't want to learn about the Spanish Armada. I just want to go home. I hate it. I hate it. I never had any friends there either, because I was the last one in. Nobody wanted to be my friend because they'd already had their circle of friends, and it was really hard to fit in. The boy I fancied thought I was rank, so I was never going to get him. And you know, being at 9, you never do anyway, do you? I've got the boy I fancy now though, that's alright. But yeah, at the time, school just sucked. I hated it, and the school dinner hall stank. So I just didn't want to be there, hated it. So when I look back at that school as an adult, all I can feel when I look through them bars is, this is like a prison to me. To me, it felt like prison because I just didn't like it. Jules B says, no, they don't face the corner in schools anymore. Or the dunce hat. What do they do now then, Jules B? Because I really don't know. Oh, James, thank you. James just gifted one of my memberships, so I really, really appreciate that, James. And it's been given to Peter Anderson, so congratulations. Ali said, we had a nun. If you didn't listen, she would throw blackboard rubber at you, and she always had a perfect aim. That's way harsh, man, isn't it?
How times have changed.
So harsh. Well, Mum told me about a story. I hope she doesn't mind me telling this story, actually. And this made me cry. I actually cried. I'm weak anyway, right? I'm really, really weak and soft and cry at everything. But this really made me cry. It was Mum's birthday, and obviously she went to school in Middlesbrough. And I don't think it was that school we pointed to, even if we did get the right school in the vlog. I think it was the one before that. And my granny had given her a shilling or whatever it was to get on the bus after school to go and meet her in town, and because it was her birthday she was going to go and buy her a milkshake in town. And Mum, obviously with it being her birthday, was really excited to go, and the teacher had said to them all in the classroom, no noise please, everyone in silence, sit still, everyone in silence. But Mum obviously was in silence, but she was rolling her coin, you know where the inkwell goes, and there's like a little dip.
Do you know where, are you talking like, how, we're not all that old. Do you know where the inkwell goes?
Yeah, but
You're talking to like is all your audience went to school in the 20s?
Yeah, but I went to school at Notre Dame and I had one of those desks
No, I
that
did as
lift
well.
up with an inkwell thing. But you know the little groove
You didn't
in
use
it?
the inkwell
You
thing.
didn't, yeah, it wasn't usable when I was at school. I don't know, like in Shakespeare times it might have been, I don't know. But anyway, she was rolling the coin and by accident the coin rolled off the table and it hit the floor and it made a noise and obviously the teacher heard it. So she took Mum to the front and caned her hands. And it was her birthday. All because, and that was the coin and that she wanted to.
I tell you what, if they did that
milkshake.
to kids now, they wouldn't be so unruly.
Oh God! And they caned her hands for it. Oh, I felt so bad for her.
How times have changed.
That's so sad. And Mum said that she got on the bus at the end of school and she went to see my granny and she told my granny what happened. My granny was really, really upset about it because she wanted her to have a nice birthday and she got caned. Awful, innit? Hilda says one of our teachers had a long black soul. All the boys got it. Whatever class he was in, the boy came in, bent over the table, then whack, girls got the ruler. Man, that is cruelty. Judy says, Gabby, I enjoyed your Middlesbrough vlog. My relatives live in Darlington. I think my cousin works in a hospital in Middlesbrough. No way. I think a lot of people know of Middlesbrough, don't they? Quite well. I've had a lot of comments, actually. Sophie says, oh my, just tuned in. Where is Gabby? I'm so jealous. Have a fantastic holiday. Hi to Tim too. Tim is here, Sophie. He's just in front doing the camera work. So, we're in IB for Sophie, just so you know. That's where we are. And it's, and I'm at a closed cafe stealing a chair and table. Judy said my uncle worked in Middlesbrough. Hilda said it was called the Black Death. Oh. Lee says I got 6 of the best for dropping blue tack in the bin. Oh my God, people are horrible, aren't they? Wendy says it shows how old I am. We had inkwells and used them. Well, there you go, Tim. Wendy, you're not at all.
Sorry, Wendy.
Mum used her inkwell, I think. So, not at all. I think Tim just doesn't realise. Michael says, has Tim tried IB for fish and chips now? Tim is right. Nothing wrong with a bit of punishment. Where necessary, keeps kids in line.
I'm not telling
Well,
I'm
no,
just saying
yeah,
it was different. I said if they would have bought
I
that.
don't think Tim was like, yeah, bring on that
No.
whip.
What I mean is if they did that nowadays, you would get children to probably be very, I don't know, could be wrong.
I know, and the funny thing is, I should have been appreciative really that I only had to stand on the wall and I didn't get my hands whipped or a black soul or anything like that whacked on my backside, you know. Although some people like it these days, don't they? That's going a little bit far there, but no, it's but I just did not like, I don't know, I just didn't like being treated like that, I suppose. It's probably just natural.
But Barry's right. I think also it gave some teachers the power, and they would do it just because they can.
Maybe, I reckon so. It's a power thing, isn't it? I think it's horrible. I really do. But I do, in a way, I know what you're saying though, Michael. Like, I don't really think kids, how can I explain it? I do think kids get away with way too much these days. Don't look at me like that, Tim, because he thinks I'm a soft mum, you see. He's always saying, you're so soft, you're too soft, because Tim's a strict one in our family.
No, I'm
Yes,
not.
you are.
It's not. No, you call it strict.
You're
I
a
just call it
strict
being
one.
a parent. You just say it's soft.
Well, I think, see, I let the kids get away with being murder. Tim's a bit more stricter. So there we go. I told you I'm the soft one. Always will be. And that is that. But I do think at schools. I mean, for example, right? There was a bus in Galston. I don't know what the route was. It was obviously going towards Yarmouth, I think, Galston to Yarmouth, and there were school kids on it. And one kid set off a firework on the bus, and there were other kids on it. Holly could have been on it coming back from college. We could have been on it with Casper. Anyone could have been on that bus with little kids, and other people's school children were on there too. And some delinquents, can I say delinquent, let a firework off. What a tool. That is the only thing I can say. There are a lot of things I would like to call that child, but that bad parenting really. Like if Holly had set a firework off on a bus, I am a soft parent, but I would go absolutely ballistic. But what makes it worse is they were in school uniform, so they were representing, was it Cliff Park, something like that? I think it's Cliff Park School. And I heard down the line, like I say, I only heard, so don't quote me, because you just hear things on the grapevine, that he got suspended for a couple of days and then he was back in. If that was my school,
And then he's a
he'd be
hero.
out the door. I wouldn't shout at him or anything like that. I'd just go, pack your bags, you're out, go. And that'd be it.
You would kick your kid out?
No, out of school. So like if I was the head teacher and I was like in charge of this whole school and someone who represented the school set a firework off on the bus risking everybody's lives, they wouldn't be at my school if I was in charge. But maybe it's not down to the head teacher, maybe it's the powers from above that are in charge of it, you know, the other people that we told about. So I don't know, but if anyone thinks for 1 second that is okay in school uniform, they're off their tree, because that is not okay. So yeah, it shouldn't happen. Sophie says, I have 2 boys and I have to keep the balance between letting them have fun and a laugh but not being naughty or rude, especially in public. It can be a struggle sometimes. Yeah, I know what you mean, Sophie. It's finding that happy balance, isn't it? Rosie says, I totally agree with you, Gabby. That is dangerous. Thank you very much. Worst thing I did at school was left off a stink bomb. Oh, Craig, I don't think a stink bomb is anything to worry about. Not really, is it? I mean, I don't think that's too dangerous. I don't think so. Well, I haven't heard that it is. Wow, I've never drank so much water in my life. So, yeah, I don't even know why we were getting on this tangent. Yeah, I think what I'm trying to say is, bottom line is, back in the day, okay, so they were really cruel to kids at school by whipping them and stuff, but everyone sort of, well not everyone, but a lot of people grew up with a bit of discipline, and this day and age we don't do things like that, but then people let fireworks off on school buses, which is bang out of order. But it's got to be a way of, you can still punish them without battering them, can't you? Do you know what you mean? Like, you can still do some things, like, why not take away their mobile phone contract? What do you think, Tim?
What?
Well,
Take their phone away?
To punish children at school.
Take the things away that they want.
I don't know what the situation is though with phones in schools at the moment. They're obviously not allowed to have their phones on them, are they, at school anymore? But I would personally, if I was a head teacher, this is what I'd do. Okay, if I was Prime Minister of the UK, I would ring up the school and say, hello, is this the headmaster from Cliff Park? Alright. What we've done is we have arranged with Vodafone to have that boy disconnected from his phone. Bang. Get him out of school and also get Vodafone to disconnect his phone. That's what I would do. A pre-teacher got annoyed with me because I struggled to get onto a trampoline. Oh, blimmin' heck. That's harsh, man. Lee says, I would ban him from school.
I can't believe you're in Ibiza talking about school.
Well, we've got
You're not even
something.
talking
There's
about
only so much fish you can talk about and see, isn't there?
holidays and who prefers to go on holiday in September rather than the rest
I
of the
know,
year.
right? Okay, so changing the subject slightly now, because Tim is right. We are in Ibiza. We're having a lovely, lovely time here, and we're talking about disciplining kids and stuff like that. So, but anyway, going back to the blog from Middlesbrough. Hope you all watched it. I hope you all really, really liked it. Somebody had put on one of my coffee mornings actually. Love this. Why are you telling us all this information? Why don't you put your phone down and get on with your life? Well, I absolutely love that comment. That was a classic, and I'll tell you why. Right, I've hit the user from the channel now, so that's fine. Did have 6 likes actually, so 6 people obviously thought, what a great comment. I love that comment, and I'll tell you why I love that comment. Because Holly was the one that hit the nail on the head actually. If you think I have no life by telling everyone this information, having my phone and telling everyone this information on a coffee morning, you think I have no life? What sort of life do you have then, mate? Watching me do something that means I have no life. There you go. So I absolutely love that comment. That was so hypocritical. That was the biggest hypocritical comment I've ever seen in my life. 154 people watching. Hit the thumbs up, everyone. Would love to see those thumbs. Another fabulous comment, which I absolutely adored as well, was, you're going to like this one, Tim. Someone said, now I see where you get your hooter, as in my nose, the size of my nose, when they saw my mum, because my mum's got the Italian nose, and this is where I get it from, because my granddad had it, my mum's got it, and I got it from my mum. I never got my dad's nose, I got my mum's nose. So basically, he was bashing my nose, sort of, saying that basically I've got a big nose. And, he was saying, I hope that Casper, it was Mr. Vancouver that did it actually. If you had Mr. Vancouver, he's come up a couple of times, come up with a couple of comments that don't overly make me laugh too much, but yes, I am very, very aware that my nose is not the smallest nose in the world, but at the end of the day, what do you expect me to do about it? It is what it is. And anyway, I'm kind of proud of my heritage in a certain way. It's an Italian nose, and I'm not going to moan too much about it. But Belvedere says, geez, how rude. What a scutter to be so, hang on, insulting. What makes me laugh is when somebody criticises what you look like, right? And yeah, I don't have to play, it's not, and I do have flaws, you know, and my nose is probably one of the things that I do think is a bit of a hang-up. But I'd love to know what that person's face looks like. Are you telling me they look like Megan, what's her name, Barbie girl, Megan, you know her. Who plays Barbie?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie, that's it. Okay, so is Mr. Vancouver telling me that he looks like Margot Robbie with everything picture perfect? I'm pretty sure that Mr. Vancouver doesn't look like Margot Robbie. Or Matt Damon for that matter. And even Matt Damon has a few hang-ups. So, or Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise even has a big nose. And he's pretty fit, just so you know. But I would love it if Mr. Vancouver could send me a picture of his face on Instagram so I can have a little look and just see how perfect his face is. Anna says, if you don't have anything kind to say, then say nothing. Well, Anna, isn't this our motto? In fact, I'm probably going to go and get that tattooed on my back when I move it, so that when I'm walking around, everyone can see that on the back of me. We say it all the time. If someone hasn't got anything nice to say, just don't say it. But people do, don't they? And okay, so maybe Mr. Vancouver is having a little bit of bants. I can take a little bit of bants. But in all honesty, I am a little bit hung up about my nose, I'm not going to lie. I always say to Tim, when I get enough money, I'm going to have surgery on my nose. But really, I don't think I do want to go through that procedure because I don't think it's a very nice one, is it? Having nose surgery. So unfortunately, I think I'm just stuck with it. And I'm just going to have to make the best of other things. Like maybe just apply a little bit more mascara or, I don't know, put a bit more lipstick on. Things like that. So anyway, the plan that we've got for today, just to let you all know, Wendy says, sad people that get pleasure from insulting others. Well, I know, but I'm not hurt by it though. I've named and shamed, but I'm not hurt. I am getting really, really tough to these comments, to be honest with you. I'm getting stronger and stronger. So, don't bring them, but if they come, I'm not bothered, kind of thing. And I think maybe people will realise that in time. Rose says Jennifer Grateful Day Dancing had her nose done and she looked nothing like herself now. And Rosie, does she look better or does she look not so good for it? So Michael says, can you give us a live tour of the hotel? Michael, I'll be doing that in my blog anyway, so keep your eyes peeled. So, thank you, Michael. Oh, thank you, darling. Hashtag #1 fan. Well, Tim has a front row seat today, don't you? Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I could thank you in person. Mwah. There is a live walk a live walk on Tim's channel. What time will we start it, Tim?
7:15.
Is that UK time or here?
Yeah. Here it's 8:15.
Right, okay, so your time, UK time, 7:15, we're going to be doing the live walk. So please tune in for that. Obviously there's going to be the whole family in tow today. So obviously Tim is cameraman, it's Tim's channel. I'm going to be his little sidekick. Holly is going to be there with the pushchair in the background. So we're all going to be involved a little bit. And obviously you're all invited to come and join us. Sarah says, hi Gabby, I'm about to move back to GY after 15 years in London. I'm scared. Any positive advice? The only positive advice I've got for that, Sarah, is just embrace it. We were saying on the way up to Ibiza, we were flying to Ibiza, and we were saying that we're a little bit like Tyson Fury. He said that he's where does he live again? Morecambe, innit? He says no matter where he could go in the world, he's always brought back to Morecambe. Well, we're the same with Yarmouth. It's our home, and we love it. And there's so many things that you can do around there. You know, it's great to be on the coast. In the summertime, there's always things happening. In Christmas time, there's loads of things happening. You know, it is hard to get out of Norfolk if you're travelling about and that, but you've got Cromer up the road, you've got Lowestoft the other end, you know, and then you've got the city, which is only, half an hour drive from Yarmouth. So, and then you've got Yarmouth town, which, okay, they've done away with a few shops, but it still exists, it's still there, and the industrial estates are banging at the moment. So, just embrace it, enjoy it, embrace every minute. It's such a nice life in Great Yarmouth, I'm not going to lie. There are rough areas, but if you stay out the rough areas, just enjoy it, love it, absolutely love it. But guys, I'm buffering a bit. We're buffering.
No.
Okay, we're back. I was buffering there. So guys, just so you know before you do go, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, can you please do so? That would be absolutely amazing if you have enjoyed this vlog. Obviously, we've got a fun stamp with Snap. We've also gone. We've got to go to Lidl's.
Do we?
Why has an advert come up on here? Don't know why.
Trying out something new.
My God. Yeah, so we've got to go to Lidl's and go and get some sangria and stuff like that. You know what it's like. So yeah, got lots to get on with today, but I am vlogging it, so look out for the vlog. Don't forget, you can become a channel member, as Tim says in his words, for the price of a cup of coffee, and for that you get customized emojis, prioritized responses, and you get a badge next to your name for each month that you are a channel member. And for everyone that is a channel member at the moment, I really do appreciate your support. It's amazing. When I see these coffee mornings, it's so great to see all those little badges next to your names, because when I see the badges I know that you're on board with me and you're enjoying it and it's helping it thrive. So thank you so much, you are all amazing. You can also join the higher tier for Super Louders, which gives you all of what I just said, but you also get some behind the scenes footages. I am going to upload behind the scenes footage today, in fact, so I am a little bit behind with that. I don't think I've done one for about a week and a bit, so I do apologise to anyone who's a Super Loud that has to have one, but I will wake up, I'll make up for that this week and do a few behind the scenes ones and shove them in there. Just so you know, I'm not going to let you guys miss out. It's just because it has been a chaotic week, as you know, lots of gigs, lots of travelling, pure chaos. So yeah, thank you so much. I will see you on Tim's channel tonight. Come over and look out for the next vlog that's coming up. The next one is going to be the one on Captain Cook's Museum. That is interesting. It's me and Mum walking around like headless chickens around the museum, so that's quite interesting, and you'll learn a little bit about James Cook and who he is. I didn't really know who he was, but I knew I liked the museum as a kid, and now I do know who he is. So watch that one. After that one coming up, we're going to have Beamish, so that I'm in the middle of... What can I get my words out? I need a coffee.
What is the time in the UK?
I think it's 12 o'clock, 12:02 in the UK. So yeah. I'm editing Beamish as well at the moment, so Beamish is going to be after Captain and then you're going to have your Ibiza 1. So we've got lots of fun coming up. And I'll see you for coffee morning. We'll be home Monday, won't we? All being well, I'm 99.9% sure it will be Monday morning at 11 o'clock. But just in case it does get moved to a day after, there's that one little bit of percentage, little bit. I'm such an idiot. I've got a big nose and I'm an idiot. What can I say? So, yeah, make sure you tune in for coffee morning. Either way, I'll keep you posted on the community tab, all right? Thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your heat wave back in the UK. And if you're going to do something today, make it something positive. Don't go insulting people's noses or anything like that. Just go and be nice. See you later, everyone. Bye.